How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to save $5 to $6 every time you refill your windshield washer fluid. Now, imagine if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. This is really going to add up. Or for those of you that live in some snow, muddy, or states with a lot of bugs, this can really add up. About 2 years ago, I got the curiosity on how to make my own windshield washer fluid, and I really thought it can't be that difficult to make. I'm sure there are a few ingredients in it. And for those of you that live in the snowy states where it gets to freezing temperatures, it can be a little more challenging on how to make it yourself. Nonetheless, this led to me looking into it more, and I ended up finding some concentrates. So I'll tag this in the description below, and I'm also going to do a close-up shortly on how to actually use this concentrate. So here's a quick clip of me going into my local O'Reilly's, and just about 2-3 years ago, you would have found these jugs for the store brand to be about $3.50, and the Rain-X would have been about $4, $4.50 after tax. We see now that they're introducing a Windex brand as well as the Rain-X. And if you see these prices, I mean, I understand we're currently going through inflation and such, but this price is just gouging at that point. As a result, this video is going to show you how to quickly make your own windshield washer fluid and have it ready to go whenever you need it versus having to drive to the store, finding parking, that whole situation. For the items we'll be using, they're pretty straightforward. We're going to have distilled water and we're going to use the concentrate. Now understand, it's straightforward if we are in warmer states. For example, I'm in Southern California, so I rarely get snow. Once in a while, I will go into the mountains, but for the most part on daily driving, we're using our standard 32 degree and up windshield washer fluid. Let's take a quick look at the concentrate. We see that this makes 55 gallons in this one little can here. We see 1 teaspoon makes 1 gallon, so it's pretty straightforward. For the winter time, it's telling us to add methanol. Now, what's great about this packaging is that if we turn it here, it's going to tell us based off of the freeze protection, the temperature, it's going to tell us how much methanol to use. So for a lot of us, we're just going to need distilled water and this concentrate. I do understand if it does snow, we are going to need methanol, and I'll do a quick conversion just on one of these to show you how it might look to make 1 gallon. Quickly, I'm going to share why we want to use distilled water. The water from the hose or the tap tends to have minerals in it. If you do this long enough with tap water or anything with minerals in it, it is going to start to harden and it can clog up your whole windshield washer system. So think about those spray nozzles. Those can clog up just how your shower head starts to get that material. So that's why we want to use distilled water. Now, considering the pricing, almost every supermarket is going to sell a gallon of distilled water for about 99 cents or less. As a result, I bought about 9 of these. Let me show you quickly. So as you guys can see, it's a bit much. It's 8 to 10 gallons there. And you can easily see it as an overkill, but keep in mind too, right? You can use that water for any emergencies, natural disasters. You're gonna have that in your garage or maybe somewhere in the house. So when I am making these, I maybe make 1 or 2 gallons at a time, right? It's easy as putting in a teaspoon and literally just mixing it and it's ready to go. I'll be showing you guys how quick it is to make this. We're going to open our water. Be careful where you do this because it will stain, and you can see I got some on my finger there. But it does wash off, it's just very concentrated. This disposable spoon does work well. You don't want to use your kitchen spoons, the ones you eat with. I'm sure you can wash it off, but it's just better to use something that you're not gonna be putting in your mouth. So here I have this 1/4 teaspoon. The reason I like this one is yes, it does take a little longer, but it does allow me to fit this in and stir it just a bit. Just looking at this setup quickly, I have this paper towel under just to catch any drips. And I'm just gonna do 4 scoops there. Put this in, stir it a little bit so it doesn't come out as concentrated. That's 2. We have 3. And there we have 4. So I'm just going to stir it a bit so it's not too concentrated on the top. It came inside this little baggie, and I like to always put it inside this bag. It is Ziploc style. And the reason for doing that is that if it spills, I want it to catch in this bag versus spilling anywhere else. It does close secure, but again, this is very concentrated, so we don't want it to stain anything. So I'm just quickly gonna dry this off. And I washed my hands with soap. Nothing too crazy, but you can see it's still stained there on your skin. But it should come off within the day. So I'm gonna slide it back in this bag. The seal is already open, so nothing too crazy, but just give it a nice swig there, and that is ready to pour into your car. So that's pretty much the process, right? It's pretty straightforward. And it's funny because it's kind of like meal prepping. Imagine if you opened about 4 of these gallons, you can make all of these within like 2 minutes. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And at the time I purchased this was about $19. It was one of the more affordable ones I found on Amazon. I think currently it's listing for about $22. For the most cost-effective way, if you do use tap water or something, again, long-term it might not be the best idea, but if you do that, you're gonna be spending anywhere from 38 to 40 cents to make a gallon of windshield washer fluid in comparison to about $7.50 like I showed you guys. Have to keep in mind, right? California charges 10% plus sales tax, so it's not gonna be the most affordable thing. Now, if you use distilled water, right? We know this is about 99 cents, and this makes 55 gallons, and it costs about $20 to $22. So that's gonna be 20 divided by 55, you're gonna get about 38 cents there. So it's gonna come out to about $1.37 to $1.40 to make one of these at home, versus you have to get up, drive to the store. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, no issues in any of the vehicles, and it works great. Keep in mind, I'm just a random person on YouTube, so take my advice with a grain of salt. I've been doing it for 2 years, but I'm just another person on the internet. So to conclude, you can make your own at home for about 38 cents to about $1.40, or you can go to the store, spend $5, $6, $7 to get your own. With that said, I'm here to help you guys save that hard-earned cash, especially in this economy. And yeah, if you have any questions, please do drop down in the comments below. I don't have the most experience with snow and using methanol, so apologies there, but hopefully someone in the comments does have experience or can answer something a little more elaborately. That said, have a great day, have a great evening, Striker out.